What's up, guys? Oh, wait, I have my wrong earphones in. Ha! I have my, wait, hold on one second. I have my other, I'm gonna put these back in in my case. I had my, whatchamacallit, AirPods. Okay. Is anybody out there? 5 people. Who's the 5 people? Now these ones are all tangled up. How's everybody doing? Capricorn. Well, those are old chats. I don't know who's actually here right now. All right. I really need to get some new headphones soon. These ones I feel like, whoa, dang it, I'm all over the place. Hey, cool gamer. Patronus, what up, what up? Hi, Berlin. Oh, okay. Oh, how's everyone doing? Oh, lordy. So I thought we'd just mix it up a little bit and kind of not just keep talking about Delphi. I figured I mean, we can, but I figured we could just talk about some, whatever, different cases. I do want to go over Lori Vallow's new video. So, how many of you guys have been, well, followed the Vallow case? I'm sure most people, well, maybe not everybody. I run into people sometimes that don't know about the case. But so yeah, there's a couple videos we could watch of her. So she's back in Arizona, I think it is, right? So she still has the Brandon, and does she still have the Charles one, right? Brandon and Charles? Brandon Boudreaux? I don't know. I didn't get to actually watch them all the way through. I just kind of like skimmed through it. I'm like, ooh, this will be a good thing. We could just do something different on a live. So yeah, let's watch them. Let's just get right into it. Hey, Pablo Estevez. And actually, I want to go over to Rumble like in a little bit. That was so much fun. Anybody that was there last time, how much fun did we have? Um, Wait, are you joking, Nana Boober, or are you being serious? It's fine if you're being serious. But sometimes I don't know because that could be just like a joke, like, oh no, who's that? If you really don't, I'll explain it. I mean, this case is the Lori Vallow case is crazy, dude. Hold on one second. That case, you need like a year to get caught up on like all the crap that is involved with that one. Which, like I said, I'm not gonna get all into that, but I could give you like a quick, just like, basically she's charged with she got convicted of killing her 2 kids, basically. Well, one's her adopted son, JJ, and her daughter, Tylee. But she also is charged, not convicted yet, with her husband's death. So having her brother kill her ex-husband, Charles Vallow, and also trying to kill her niece's husband. They missed. They didn't get him, but they tried to. She's involved in that. Possibly also people think she might be involved in her other ex-husband's death. Now that one I'm a little bit not as sure that she's involved in that. She's tried to kill him. She's tried to have her brother kill him. It didn't work out, at least the first time that he tried to. He tried to stun gun him. He was going to load him into the car, but he got away. But he ended up dying then, like a couple years after that. But people think they're still suspicious that maybe they're involved somehow. You know, they said like natural causes, but he got cremated, so we can't. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard to prove otherwise. Oh, and one more. Her newest husband's wife charged with that, the death of Tammy Daybell. So, yeah, all these deaths she's involved in. Dude, I almost forgot about Tammy. Crazy, right? No, it's fine. Okay. I won't like go into the whole long story of all of it, but that's basically the sum of it. Hold on. Just give me 1 second, we'll watch the videos. What's up, Carly? What's up, Petty? Okay, hold on 1 second. 1 second, guys. Whew. All right, I'm coming. Yeah, so she's an evil little brat. But like I said, we'll watch these and then we could talk about other stuff too. I actually wanted to play a video about another case that I was just like So it's been so cold outside. I haven't been doing my walks, but I've been walking around my house. And I was just like walking around my house, watching like YouTube, like shorts. And this came up and I'm like, what? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So that one we'll have to do a trigger warning and remind me. But okay, so let's do, let me share this video. Okay, so the first one, actually, I haven't watched these yet. I just skimmed through these, so I don't even know exactly what they are. I know Missy was telling me she's back in Arizona, so I know it has to do with Brandon and Charles. Charles's case, I'm pretty sure, but we'll just watch it together and see. All right, so the first one we're gonna watch, they're both gonna be Lori. I mean, they're not very long. Okay, so the first one is it's titled Extradition and Booking of Lori Vallow. So let's just see what she looks like these days. She's the one that's like she got a lot of crap because she was real like one of those high maintenance type women, it seemed like. So we're like, God, what is she gonna do in jail without, means to, get her beauty, all the stuff that they get done and stuff. So one of the first appearances she had after she was been in jail for a while, her lips like looked very I don't know, like it was rumored that maybe she used like a Jolly Rancher or whatever. I don't know, just like different things people use in jail or whatever. But her makeup, I think, looked horrible. But she did have it on, like she had stuff on, so everybody was trying to like debate, like, oh, what was she using for her makeup, And then she had like, remember she had like didn't she have pink handcuffs for some reason? I don't know how you get pink handcuffs, but I'm pretty sure she had pink handcuffs that one time. And then, yeah, she had makeup on. And then but then after that, we kept noticing like, it did seem like she was getting some kind of like care in there. Like, like the one time it looked like her hair was straightened and dyed maybe. It was just like, how is she, we didn't understand like, how is she getting this stuff done in jail? I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, all right, let's watch this. Yeah, Patronus. We're gonna go back. I'm almost. If I find out that that's not true and I just remembered wrong, I'd be surprised. I'm pretty sure she had pink handcuffs on because I think I even did a thumbnail with something to do with the thumbnail. But that was so long ago. That's why I'm like, gosh, did she? But I'm pretty sure. Yeah, one of the times that she walked out and had pink handcuffs. Does anybody else remember that? Hey, Brian, what's up? All right, let's watch. Let's see what it is. Now, I hope I shared the audio. Hopefully, it's just because there's no audio yet. I hope I did everything right. So that's her walking in. So I'm pretty sure she's being extradited back to Arizona for Charles's and Brandon's trial, right? For their case. I don't know if she's just, we'll see what she's going to do. Is she going to trial? Is she just taking a deal? I don't even know. I haven't been keeping up with it too much. Like when I see her in the news, I'll try to keep up with it, but I haven't been like going out of my way to keep up with what's going on because she already got convicted for the murder, so she's not getting out. I mean, she's got life, so. So I guess there's no sound? Does anybody know if I just screwed up and didn't? Was there sound on this? Hold on, let me see. I'll see real quick. No, there's no sound. Okay, yeah, it's just soundless the whole time. Dang it, wonder why. That sucks. Oh well. Wait a minute, what just happened? Didn't she have something else on? Hold on a second. Did that just like skip? Yeah, just like jump to, because she's getting, so she has to go in the new jail attire, prison attire. Came from blue, now she goes into orange. Because you know how different places have different colors for their uniforms. When I was in Colorado, mine was, what color was mine? Mine was striped, actually. Look how she's walking. Like, so, like she was one that had, like, no remorse. Okay, these are her children. Yeah, one was an adopted son, but, I mean, these are her kids. and she really had no remorse. Like, there was nothing for what she did. It was ridiculous. Look, she looks like one of those people that's had, those Hollywood people that's had like bad face jobs. And I don't know, maybe in the past she has had stuff done. I don't know. She don't look very good. Anyway, hi Derpstein, what's up? So, hey Go Go. Who else is here? Carly said hi to you. JR, how do you say JR Nana Boomer? D Berlin. So, after this, how many of you guys would want to, if we go over to Rumble in a little while, how many would want to come up on panel and chat? We had so much fun last chat, guys, on Rumble. Because, I mean, I guess people don't have to come up. Rumble's just like so cool because I feel so much less pressure because I could play whatever videos. I don't have to worry about like my channel. Like, oh my God, am I going to get a strike? Am I going to lose my channel? Or, oh, did I say a word that's going to get me in trouble? Like, I don't have to worry about any of that. I was just so nice. So I might try to like start using it more and build it up and just try to get something going over there where it's just so nice to not have to worry, like we're like talking about a video and I don't have to worry like, ooh, can I play it? No, I'll just kind of explain it because I can't play it, I might get copyrighted. Ooh, no, I can't play that song. Don't matter, you can play whatever the heck you want. All right, so yeah, I'm zavgirl on Rumble. I actually have it in my description now, the link. And also, I put it on my, like every time I've done a Rumble, I put the link on the community post. So not only look at my community post, now I put it into my default settings. So it's going to be under all my videos descriptions. The link will be there. So yeah, definitely. It's fun. And like I said, last Rumble, we had 2 people came up on panel. It was a blast. I took a shower. Well, wait. I didn't take a shower. They, that sounded funny for a minute. I went and took a shower and then they just like hung out while I was in the shower. And I have this, Soul got me this like speaker, the waterproof speaker. So I actually was listening to my Rumble while I was in the shower. So sometimes I'd reach out and like type something in the chat. It was funny. I don't know. It was funny. It's fun. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we watched that. Now there's one more where she actually talks. So this next one will give us more information. It's her in court. It's a hearing. And she actually does say if she asks a couple questions. So it's only 3 minutes long, but let's watch it. All right. And then, like I said, East Idaho News, they have something where he does like this 40-minute video. I don't think I'm gonna watch it, but like he goes on to kind of explain what's going on with her cases. We could kind of like skim through it a little bit if you guys want to catch up. Wait, Chad Daybell, what is he in court for? Oh, hold on a second. Oh, I forgot. He hasn't even done his trial yet. I forgot about that because we watched his preliminary hearing and I was like thinking I saw his trial because there was so much in that. He still has to go to trial for JJ and Tylee and Tammy, obviously. Chad, Tammy, and is he charged with Charles? I don't know if he's charged with Charles. Wow, I forgot about that. But I feel like I've seen most of everything because there'll probably be some new stuff, but because that preliminary hearing, they covered so much stuff in Chad's. That was like a couple years ago. But okay, so let's watch. That was live. All right, I really like Nate Eaton. He's a pretty cool guy. Okay, so let's watch. Yeah, I just saw that. I'm like, wait, why is Chad in trial? I was like, that's right. He still has to go through that because they had separate trials. So yeah, she got convicted, but I don't know, he could get off. You never know. I don't think he will. I mean, they basically found her kids in his yard. They found him in his yard. It's ridiculous. And it was when, so Tammy was out of town. He freaking even tells he tells her, oh, if basically I killed a raccoon or whatever. So that's why, there'll be like some disturbed dirt and stuff. There's so much evidence. The fact that he's trying to lie about it, act like he has no part in it. It's like, how, if a jury doesn't see that he is guilty of this. Yeah, it's the thing with Lori and Chad's the whole situation. They can't prove that they were the actually ones that killed them, because that is not as clear. A lot of people think it is actually Alex that did the actual killing. I don't know. Maybe they took part in it. That's not as clear, but what's clear is that they had a part in it and it was under their power. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, look at Charles Manson. He was known as a serial killer. He never even killed anybody. He had other people kill him. So that's why they have conspiracy charges. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So 100% they were involved and it was their idea and stuff. But I'm still not sure if I think that they actually were the ones that did it. I think they might have made Alex do it all, which is, oh, Alex! Jane on a Boomer, that's another death I forgot. Alex, Lori's brother, is another one that we think that they're involved in. They ruled it natural causes, but if you look at the all the things surrounding his death, dude, I really think that they poisoned him or they put something in it because he was collateral damage. He was the weak one. He was the one that knew everything. They were afraid. They had to get rid of people that could get him in trouble. And I think they were afraid the heat was coming on. They were afraid that, oh, shoot, if they freaking go, he'll be weak. He'll be the first one to break. You know what I'm saying? I think they were afraid and they had to get rid of him. I really do. I think they got rid of him. So I think he's a part of, I think they poisoned him with something. So that's another death. It's crazy how many deaths. Okay, so let's watch her in court. It's crazy. Like, I'm probably even forgetting somebody else. There's so many people. Here it is. Wait, what was this one now? I don't know it. Who's that guy? Well, I just want to watch Lori's, but we'll watch a couple minutes of him kind of describing. I'll go back like 2 minutes. Let's see.
Pulowski, Lori's niece. He was Lori's nephew-in-law. In life, things rarely go as planned, and often we are quick to criticize and slow to gratitude. Of course, I wish many things happened differently, but today I choose gratitude towards those who are helping to create accountability and hope that this process leads to healing and closure.
Oh, yeah, Alex is the one that killed Charles, but Alex never lied about that. Well, he lied, but he came forward and he said it was in self-defense. So when they came, he said, oh, yeah, he was coming after me. It was basically in self-defense. And they freaking bought it. They got away with it for a while until all this other stuff came out. Then they looked into it. But if all this other stuff didn't come out and they didn't kill Tylee and JJ, I don't think anybody would have got in trouble for Charles's death. It would have just still been ruled a self-defense, I think. I don't think they would have looked into it. I think the only reason they looked into it is after realizing, wait a minute, look at these other deaths. Something's not right. So let's go back and look at this death. But I think that, yeah, I think if the other deaths didn't happen, they wouldn't even have went back.
Nice statement there from Brandon. So again, that was his statement. He was married to Melanie Pulowski, Lori's niece. He was Lori's nephew-in-law. Now let's talk about Chad. By the way, if you're just tuning in, we're doing a kind of a recap about the Lori Vallow on the move from Idaho to Arizona. Feel free to post your questions below and we'll gather up a few of those and I'll answer them. Peggy, if those start coming in, feel free to send them over to me. And we're going to talk about Chad right now. So Chad Daybell had a hearing yesterday in Fremont County. A lot of stuff. It was like 4 hours. A lot of stuff being discussed. His trial is April 1st. It's coming up very soon. We'll be doing this every night before we know it, this Courtroom Insider. So I hope you'll tune in then. Chad was dressed in his white shirt, blue tie. He had shackles on his ankles, handcuffs on. To me, he looked like he had aged a bit. He had more gray hair. I haven't seen him in person since I think early last year. Heard something.
So
Okay.
wait, were we able to see him for that?
Jordan thinks we're good. Yeah, we're gonna play you that footage of Lori being her court appearance in just here in a moment. And then we'll talk a little bit more about Chad. The good news out of yesterday's hearing is that the judge is going to allow cameras. Okay, cross your fingers.
Yay!
Lori's first court appearance in Arizona. Here we go.
That was the same thing with
So, Ms. Vallow, you are appearing here on 2 cases. These are both grand jury warrants. What that means is that the grand jury here in Arizona has indicted you on 2 charges. The first case is CR 2022-001242-001. You're being charged in that case with 1 count of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. It is a Class 1 felony committed on October the 2nd of 2019. The second case is CR 2021-001704-001. And in that case, you're also being charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. It is also a Class 1 felony. That offense allegedly occurred on July 11th of 2019. Now, I do have to advise you of your right to have an attorney and the right to remain silent. I will appoint counsel for you in both cases. I have a court date coming up for you called the not guilty arraignment hearing. Give me just a second. That hearing is going to take place in the downtown Phoenix Superior Court in our Central Court building. And the date is going to be next Thursday, December 7th at 8:30 in the morning. In both cases, you've been extradited from the state of Arizona. You're currently under the jurisdiction of the Idaho Department of Corrections. That makes you non-bailable at this hearing. So you're not eligible for bail in either case. You do have your court date. You know a lawyer is going to be appointed for you. Do you have any questions?
Are those cases going to be combined, or are they going to be done separately?
Well, they are 2 separate cases, but they're going to be handled at the same hearing.
Okay.
Okay. So you can talk to your lawyer, but they are 2 separate cases, which means that you'd have 2 separate proceedings going forward if it goes to trial.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions, Ms. Vallow?
Just one attorney, or more attorneys will be assigned to me?
Well, at this point in time, you're likely going to have the 1 lawyer represent you at this particular hearing. What the Maricopa County Public Defender does at this point in time with respect to who they assign for counsel for you, or how many lawyers you have, or anything like that, that will be between you and your lawyer.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
So you're saying that will I get to talk to them before that arraignment hearing, or will just at that arraignment hearing they'll be assigned?
Well, typically you do meet your lawyer at that arraignment hearing. Under the circumstances of this case, they may reach out to you before that hearing to have discussions with you. There's also a telephone number that you're going to have on your paperwork that will be able to connect you with the Maricopa County Public Defender's Office.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Vallow. I appreciate it. All right.
Just like a, a normal little interaction, no big deal. Like, she's just like, so, is she like not realizing what's going on? So why, she hasn't met her lawyer, so she must have the lawyers for her other, well, yeah, they would be different. Okay, that makes sense. I'm sure she's getting a public defender. She can't afford, I think she could afford anything. She only had like, sugar daddies. You know what I'm saying? She just had the men that basically gave her all the money. So I think, I mean, it's just like, you already got life in prison. Like, it probably is like, who cares what happens with the rest? You know what I'm saying? As far as for her, I mean, I could see why it's like, you're never getting out. So these trials are just going to be, I don't know, not a waste, because, these other victims need justice, but I'm just saying, I'm sure that's probably why. Well, no, she was like that from the beginning. Never mind. But, so yeah, that's about it. Let's see what he says real quick.
First court appearance.
Learn how your body can be fooled into fasting mode,
and,
all while
to the point. And
what was that?
Next court appearance is the 7th. Now, a few hours later, the sheriff held a news conference. It was very nice to have the sheriff hold this news conference, and he gave details about the Lori getting booked and the process and all of that. I want to play you some of the news conference because this will answer a lot of your questions.
Well, I think it's because true crime investigation. I think it's because because these other victims, they deserve justice too. So for their families and stuff, they want to see the justice too. So I feel like they have, you know what I'm saying? They want to go through with all that. But otherwise, it is kind of pointless because she's not getting out. But for their families, for all the other families, they have to do that. It's only fair. Hey, Capricorn. Wait, I said hi to you earlier, but I don't think you were here yet. Wait, what did he say this news press conference was for?
So here we go.
Stamp news conference, Lori Vallow.
Custody at one of the prisons. We sent 4 deputies, more predictable and more within our control, that if we were going to transport her, that we wouldn't have to deal with any kind of weather conditions or air travel challenges. So our deputies left on the 27th for Idaho, arrived there, stayed for a day to prepare, and brought her back. We sent 2 extradition deputies, a supervisor, and 1 deputy from our K-9 division, but it's just because she's a female deputy. We want to make sure there was a female accompanying suspect Vallow in her travel back. It was about an 18-hour trip. In my statement, as you saw, I talked about the fact that we do about 250 plus extraditions every year. So this is not new for them. The uniqueness or maybe the circumstances
That's not me echoing. That must be him playing it. Huh.
Involved in this particular case are very high profile and much to the interest of our local and national audience. I don't want to diminish it. It is what we do, as I stated, and we do it very well. Whether it is her or any other fugitive who's wanted in the state of Arizona, we're going to facilitate transfer into our custody so the prosecutor's office can prosecute them effectively. She had her initial appearance at about 2 a.m. when she was remanded without bond. So the case will now be in the hands of the county attorney. While in our custody, at the conclusion of whatever happens with the court case, she will then be returned to Pocatello, to their Department of Corrections. So I want to thank them for their cooperation and facilitation of this also. And I also want to just recognize and express gratitude to our team here, the deputies that spent 4 days on the road to bring her back safely.
That's a good point, JR Nana Boomer. You never know. I mean, that is, yeah. But I think it's mainly for the, the victims' families and stuff, and for the victim, so they have justice too. I don't know. Do you want to watch any more of this? That's probably all.
We do have a really, really good video for you, which I can't show you right now, but we'll get it to you of bringing her into the jail where you get a good look at the process, the initial process of her custody. So I don't, there's not a whole lot more depth to it than that. I just want to make sure you heard from me the status of it, and I'm happy to answer a few questions if they're related to this case.
Sure.
I'll start with
I was gonna say, will she be kept in any sort of segregated situation, or is she going to be in just both regularly?
Yeah, no, that is a good question. She will be. She's deemed to be high security, so she'll be isolated in a high security area of the straight jail.
Tell us what goes into a process such as this. You've dealt with high-profile inmates in the past. That's not new, but obviously this planning has been going on, I would assume, for some time.
It has, and we wanted to make sure that it was. During my tenure as sheriff, I feel like our focus has always been about being really fundamentally sound and less about the bells and whistles. And the men and women who put the planning and preparation took everything into consideration. Like, as I said, we had challenging weather conditions. The last thing we wanted to do was try to fly and get stuck in an airport where suddenly now we're in a space where there's a lot of community members and others, and it takes an extensive period of time. If we're going to travel that road.
Oh my God, that's crazy. It does look like a knife. Look. Oh, wait, hold on. I have to do it on this one so you guys can see. Dang, who pointed that out? That's crazy. It's like a big knife. Wow. I want to see, who said that first? Nana Boomer? JR Nana Boomer? Are you the first one to point that out? Hey, Mindy. Huh.
We didn't make sure that we had the appropriate vehicles. As I said, we sent a female deputy to make sure that we had a female deputy accompanying a female inmate. We sent those from our fate detail and extraditions facilitated this because we're the best at managing any kind of transfer of custody or apprehension of those deemed to be dangerous. And make no mistake about it, you know, sometimes I think we look at a person and judge them by appearance and we go, well, this is a relatively moderate sized female. What kind of a threat can she be? She is as much, if not more of a threat to the harm of others as any other dangerous criminal we've had in our custody. So we figure out the entire route, map the challenges, where we're going to stay, how we make sure that our employees get the rest necessary to come back safely. I think it was an 18-hour drive back. Is that correct? About 18 hours. Yeah. So, we'll call it planning an extensive road trip that just happens to include bringing back a dangerous fugitive.
Can you clarify?
He's pulling on me with the mute. Somebody call him. He's on mute. Wow, he went back to...
So check this out. Well, you can watch the whole news conference, by the way, on our website. But look at the middle between the curtains. Doesn't this look like a knife? Like the blade? It's not a knife, I promise. But it looks like the way they have these curtains and the TV. I mean, that's just crazy, if you ask me. It's not a knife. I promise it's not a knife. It's just the way that the room was set up. If you want to get a sheriff, we posted the whole thing. He basically...
Did anybody watch that? Or that's funny that he pointed that out. Well,
we originally planned to fly Lori, but because of weather, they didn't. They drove up. They picked her up. 18-hour drive. They stopped along the way for food, for gas. He didn't say if they stayed in a hotel. I don't think they did. They had 4
that's funny.
Deputies, at least with the crew, and then a female deputy too, just so that she could be with Lori. And they... All
right, I want to see if, because he has that video on this video too. Let's see if there's audio on this. Hold on the arrival. Let's see. Probably not.
Media, very nice of them to do so.
Oh, he's talking over it.
But you can see Lori is there. The sheriff said that they took 2 vehicles to transport her. And she is there in a blue jumpsuit. She has long sleeves. When she left the prison in Idaho, it's much colder here, probably in the teens for the temperature than it is in Maricopa County. You can see the one deputy there has short sleeves. This is where they have to search her, make sure there's nothing on her, take off her shoes, check for any sort of contraband, any sort of weapons. As far as we know, there was none of that. There she is going through the x-ray, kind of like at the airport, the metal detectors. She flashed green, so she cleared that. And then it's off to be processed. Now, the sheriff made it clear that all inmates go through this process there in Maricopa County. Most facilities do this. They changed her into their uniform, which is the orange jumpsuit. She's got her reading glasses there. This was after like a 14, 15, 16-hour drive, by the way. And now they're going to take her photo, her mugshot. I mean, if you're just tuning in, we're kind of doing a recap about the latest on Lori Vallow Daybell, the latest on Chad Daybell. He was in court yesterday. Here's where they took her mugshot. And then you'll see it here shortly. It'll pop up. There's where they took the picture. And they took one from the side, and there it is. There's the mugshot. I believe this is the 9th or 10th mugshot that she's had. We put them all together, and
that was a bad picture.
So here's the interesting thing in Arizona, at least in this jurisdiction, from what I understand, they have court going all the time. This happens in a lot of bigger cities. So you're booked, you go right into the court and you appear. And this is what happened with Lori. This is her very first court appearance in Arizona on these charges. I'm going to play it for you. It's about 3 minutes long.
Oh, we already watched it.
You can see that she has some questions for the judge about the charges. He reads her the charges, and this is what happened there. Okay, I'm sorry.
You want me to play it again or not? I don't know. I know we already watched it, but it does look like there's some new people in here. It's only 3 minutes. I'll play it while I get my other stuff, that other video that I wanted to play. The next video is going to be a trigger warning, guys. It's, it makes you like sick. But I'll finish playing this while I get it ready. So there's some new people, if they didn't get to see it, they can watch. Like I said, it's only 3 minutes, so not a big deal. All right, let me get the other one ready.
Okay, we don't have sound on this one, but I know there's sound there. So I'm going to bring this volume up. That might be because I'm muted. But this is, I'll walk you through the sound here. If
19.
he had aged, here we go.
Right. So Ms. Vallow, you are appearing here on 2 cases. These are both grand jury warrants. What that means is that the grand jury here in Arizona has indicted you on 2 charges. The first case is CR 2022-001242-001. You're being charged in that case with 1 count of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. It is a Class 1 felony committed on October the 2nd of 2019. The second case is CR 2021-001704-001. And in that case, you're also being charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. It is also a Class 1 felony. That offense allegedly occurred on July 11th of 2019. Now, I do have to advise you of your right to have an attorney and the right to remain silent. I will appoint counsel for you in both cases. I have a court date coming up for you called the not guilty arraignment hearing. Give me just a second. That hearing is going to take place in the downtown Phoenix Superior Court in our Central Court building. And the date is going to be next Thursday, December 7th at 8:30 in the morning. In both cases, you've been extradited from the state of Arizona. You're currently under the jurisdiction of the Idaho Department of Corrections. That makes you non-bailable at this hearing. So you're not eligible for bail in either case. You do have your court date. You know a lawyer is going to be appointed for you. Do you have any questions?
Are those cases going to be combined, or are they going to be done separately?
Well, they are 2 separate cases, but they're going to be handled at the same hearing.
Okay.
Okay. So you can talk to your lawyer, but they are 2 separate cases, which means that you'd have 2 separate proceedings going forward if it goes to trial.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions, Ms. Howell?
Just 1 attorney, or more attorneys will be assigned to me?
Well, at this point in time, you're likely going to have the 1 lawyer represent you at this particular hearing. What the Maricopa County Public Defender does at this point in time with respect to who they assign for counsel for you, or how many lawyers you have, or anything like that, that will be between you and your lawyer.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
So you're saying that will I get to talk to them before that arraignment hearing, or will just at that arraignment hearing they'll be assigned?
Well, typically you do meet your lawyer at that arraignment hearing. Under the circumstances of this case, they may reach out to you before that hearing to have discussions with you. There's also a telephone number that you're going to have on your paperwork that will be able to connect you with the Maricopa County Public Defender's Office.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Vallow. I appreciate it. All right.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Okay. 1 second, guys. Okay, let me take this off the screen. I just realized when I was bringing up some of the videos I was emailing that video of that other case, I was emailing it to my email so I could play it on this computer. I realized Law and Crime did a video, of course. They were on everything, but they did a video of it like a month ago. So you guys might be, I've seen it. I just saw it like, when was it? Maybe 2 days ago, walking around my house, or maybe it was yesterday. It wasn't from Law and Crime. It was from like the local TV station, but all right. So, but trigger warning. So it's a mother. It's like a CA charge. Her kid, she's abusing, so, I mean, he's alive, thank God. But so the neighbor caught it on on the surveillance. It's horrible though. It's so horrible. Like it's one of the you know how like there's been some cases where they've caught that kind of stuff on video, but this was like one of the more extreme ones. I feel like if you're like really watching what she's doing to him, it's like horrible, dude. Hey Adam, what's up? Haunted Virgo. Wait, she has a lot of questions for someone who's spending life in prison. Yeah, right. I know. And she just seems like she's just like at the store, at the bank, asking questions. It's crazy. Hey Morningstar. Oh, you're driving home. Be careful. Okay, so yeah, like I said, trigger warning on this one. It's it got to me, definitely. All right, let me pull it up. This would be a good time. We could also discuss the Adnan. I actually haven't even done the Adnan Saeed. Is Wolfpacker, hey Soul, is Wolfpacker, who else was really following up with me? Petty, you were too, right? Who else was really getting into it? I know Wolfpack was really into that. Ashley, I don't think Ashley's here yet because it's her son's birthday, so she might be a little bit late. All right, so let's watch this. But we can talk, we'll talk about that case a little bit. We can talk about whatever, really. But I'm gonna watch a couple of these videos. I don't know a whole ton about this case. I don't think there's a ton about it. Why didn't that send? Hold on. Oh, I never sent the email. Okay, here we go. So there's just like maybe like 3 little clips we could watch, and then like I said, if anybody, hey, does anybody else been following any other cases too that maybe we could get into? Because I don't know. I've been so just zoned in on Delphi, but I would like to kind of like take a break from it and you know, kind of get into some other cases. All right, so let's watch the first one. Like I said, you guys, it's a mother and like I said, it's a neighbor that caught this on, she turned it in, she called the police, she saw it on her camera, on the like hallway camera in an apartment complex, and she called the cops and showed them, which yes. Now watch what she does. So this is her, I think, 3-year-old son. How many have seen this? No, I didn't get my hair cut. I need to get it cut though, Derps. You know how my mom cuts it. I'll have to ask her to cut it. Yeah. All right.
Many in our community. A mother caught on camera battering and beating her little 3-year-old son. That child completely defenseless as she threw and tossed him around, kicked and punched him. Police even calling her a monster tonight. She was arrested for
Here, that one that has the little thing in the way, but there's other videos where you can, so it's like, so she throws him. I don't know if they showed on that, where first of all, she pushes him down, then she throws him. And then when he's on the ground, you see her like take his head and like push him all the way over. It's just like, if you really look at what she's doing to him, that's some serious stuff, dude. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't have some serious injuries. I don't know if he did. Let's see. But thank you, Adam. Yeah, Andrea Yates. She was one of the ones that got the got the insanity. What does it say? What did you say though? Thank you for the super chat. So postpartum psychosis ultimately served no prison time. Do you think Lori Vallow was in similar position because of chat? No. I mean, she tried to like play that card. I think she was trying to go that route, where they did find her like unfit to, you know, for trial until she got therapy and stuff. But I think she was probably trying to maybe go that route. But no, I don't think. Are you saying, do I personally think that, or do I think she's going to try? Well, it's too late because she's already been convicted of that. No, I think she's one of those people that was manipulated, but also I feel like she's a manipulator too, I feel like. But I do feel like that her 2 kids might still be alive if it wasn't for Chad. But with that being said, before she even met Chad, she was trying to get Alex to kill her other husband. So she still had it in her, like, to kill. You know what I'm saying? But maybe I don't think she would have went the route to kill her kids, but I do think she still had that where she was able to kill somebody. And she was very, like, selfish, not, like, you know what I'm saying? She'll get with a guy and then, oh, she's done with him. Like she wouldn't think twice to kill him, or like I feel like she tried to make it. She tried to get Ty Lee. Oh, that's a whole nother story. I'm not even going to get into that, but I feel like she tried to do something with that to get her to lie about her ex-husband and stuff. So no, I think she was manipulative, but I do think overall Chad had the bigger part because he had the power. I feel like he had more power over her, and he was the one calling the shots for what happened to our kids. My opinion, I know people might disagree with me, but listen to what I'm saying. I'm not giving her an excuse, and I'm not saying that that she doesn't have any fault, because she still had it in her to kill, because the whole thing with oh my God, what was the husband? Holy crap, hold on. Ryan, what was his first name? Can't think of his first name. Help me out here. But as far as how it all took place, I think he was Chad. It was Chad. She was listening to him. It was like she was one of those people that wanted something to like follow and believe in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she really like, you know, took to what Chad was saying. And here's my thing. I think Chad knew what he was doing. He was manipulating people when he knew it. Like he wasn't one of those people that thought he had these visions and powers. I think he knew exactly what he was doing, and he was doing it for money, power, women. So I think he was purposely doing it and purposely like just lying about all these beliefs. But I do think with Lori is that she was trying to find something to latch onto, and I do think that she was believing it to a degree. Like I do think, not to give her an excuse, because I'm not, like she still knew what she was doing was wrong with the kids. I'm not saying that, but I do think that she was at least desperate to find something. Like she was really wanting to have that beliefs, you know what I'm saying? And to have somebody to like follow and believe in and stuff. So I do think she believed in it more than Chad. I think Chad was full of crap. I think he knew exactly what he was doing. And I think she partly knew, I mean, she did know she was doing bad stuff, but I do think she believed in his little beliefs and in his power. I do. I think she believed that he had some kind of visions and stuff. Just my opinion. Not Charles. No, I know, remember Charles' names. I'm talking about Ryan. The first name, I'm trying to find his first name. The husband that died in his house, it was natural causes supposedly, but Alex tried to kill. What was his first name? I don't know. It doesn't make a difference, but it was one of her ex-husbands. It's been so long ago. I used to know all these all the freaking names, but I can't think of it right now. I thought somebody would have it by now. Joe, thank you, Joe. Yeah, Joseph Ryan. So no, they're both definitely at fault, but I do think it would have went down different. Like I don't think she would have killed her kids, if it wasn't for him. Would she have killed? Yeah, I think there's a chance she would have killed somebody in her lifetime. But I don't know if it would have been her kids. It would have just been wherever life took her. You know what I'm saying? And I think she was listening to him with the whole zombie, dark, light crap. And I don't know. I don't think it would have went down that way. But like I said, I do think she was capable of murder, though. And she's not a good person, so don't take what I'm saying the wrong way. But you asked, but thanks, Adam, for the super chat. All right, so let's watch this here again.
Child abuse tonight. She's out of jail. Nico Clemens was there as she walked out. Nico, did she have to say anything?
Well, Trina, when she walked out, she said she loves her son. She wants to see her son. But in this video, which we want to warn you, it is heartbreaking and tough to watch. You don't hear her say anything. All you see is this mother kicking and pushing her son, who is unable to defend himself.
A 3-year-old child abused. Police say by his own mother.
How can a mother do this? I mean, she's a monster.
Sunny House police say Yulia Starozuk is the woman in the video, and the young boy is her son. Police say a neighbor went to them Monday after their Ring camera showed Starozuk pick up her son and throw him to the floor. A police report says she then kicks him several times down the hallway of the apartment complex. Police say almost 40 minutes later, she pushed her son to the ground. Storozuk bonded out of jail Wednesday and apologized for abusing her son.
Yeah, I feel so sorry. I wouldn't do this anymore.
Police say Storozuk told detectives the reason why she kicked and pushed her son is because he was not listening to her. Wednesday night, she said she loves her son.
I don't want to put out my attorney.
Ma'am, you were arrested for one count of aggravated child abuse.
Earlier in the day, Storozuk pleaded with a judge through an interpreter.
Когда так к нему не относилась, это у меня просто был выбух эмоций.
I am very sorry. I'm a single mom, and it was the only one incident where I let my emotions took better of me.
Detectives are now investigating whether this mother has abused her son before.
The mother is going to get the consequences that comes with her actions.
Dang it. I'm muted again. I don't know if I should repeat everything I just said. Thank you. Why people texting and calling me. So what I was saying is, I don't think that was her first time hitting him. And what I was saying is, yeah, I mean, obviously it'll be at one point it'll be somebody's first time, right? So it is somebody's first time at one point when they first start hitting. So let's just give her the benefit of the doubt and say it is her first time. Well, that's not going to be the last time. You don't just start, you're not going to just stop hitting somebody like that. Whatever made you do that and caused you to do that, it's not going to just stop. So I don't believe it was her first time, but like I said, even if you believe that it was her first time, it's not going to be her freaking last time. Yeah, that would take years of therapy to get rid of whatever her issue is, that she would do that to her freaking 3-year-old kid. You need some years of therapy, girl, because I'm surprised he didn't get seriously hurt. You could have freaking killed him. You know what I'm saying? You could land, I mean, she could have done some serious brain damage to him. So no, but I don't believe it was her first time either. But I wonder if they could look at him and see if he has any old bruises on him, to see, did they say anything about that? You know what I'm saying? Because they'll be able to look through his body and see, is there old bruises? But regardless, she better not get him back. I mean, I don't think she would, and not right away. So yeah, she got out of jail, but wonder who has him, and wonder who the dad is. Did they say? Let's see. There's a couple more clips. We'll see if we can figure out who has him. Yeah, okay. Yeah, definitely, Brian. All right, let me press.
Police say this was a case of, if you see something, say something, and that neighbor immediately went to them when they saw this video. Police say the child had cuts and scratches and bruises on his body, but right now he is okay and with the Department of Children and Families. His mother is expected back in court in about 30 days for an arraignment. The judge ordered that she do not reach out to her son, speak with her son, or see her son for right now. In Miami, Nico Clemens, NBC6 News.
Good. Okay, so they said bruises and scratches, but they made it seem like it could be just from that incident. But they'll be able to tell. So they'll be able to tell if he was at least had past abuse. There's 2 other clips. They'll probably be similar, but let's just see if there's anything new in these that we could watch. They're really, only a couple minutes each, so see if we can get a new
Today, growing outrage over this horrifying video you saw exclusively first on 10. A mother beating her 3-year-old son.
The South Florida community has been reaching out with concern for that little boy who is now in the custody of DCF. Let's get right to Local 10's Rosh Lowe live in Sunny Isles Beach with a just released report about this case. Rosh.
This is absolutely incredible. This report was released maybe 10 minutes ago, and we are learning tonight, and so many people have seen this video, about 3 hours after the alleged abuse, Sunny Isles Beach police were actually called to the suspect's condo. And I want to read this here. The suspect said that she had been going through various emotions over the past few weeks. It's been hard for her to make a living and work. Someone else was so concerned that they said they were concerned for the child's safety. Now, Sunny Isles Beach police, they examined the child, we are told. They saw no obvious signs of trauma. So what happened? They called the Department of Children and Families. According to this report, DCF was contacted and stated there was not enough to send someone out. So many details in this new report. In the meantime, so many people reacting to this video. We could feel this child's pain, wanting to do something, anything, to help him. It is this video that is still...
Yes. So I did see that. The other one had the thing in the way. So that was his head. Did you see what she did? She took him by his head and... Hold on, let me get rid of these subtitles. I don't like subtitles for some reason. They distract me. Like watching a movie or whatever. I'll be out. My eyes will go reading the subtitles. Even if I don't need to read them, it'll just my eyes will just go there. And then I miss watching the gosh darn movie. Is anybody else like that with subtitles? In general, watching movies and stuff? It drives me nuts. It's I can't train my eyes to not read it. If I don't need to read it, watch the freaking movie. I just can't ignore them for some reason. But anyway, when he was reading that report, is he saying previously, before this incident, somebody called him out? I missed that because that didn't make sense to me. It can't be after, right? All right, hold on 1 second. I'm going to turn these off and then... First of all, I just want to see the beginning of when he says that, and then we'll watch that. Hold on. I just want to see what he says that report's from.
Sunny Isles Beach police, they examined the child, we are told. They saw no obvious signs of trauma. So what happened? They called the Department of Children and Families. According to this report, DCF was contacted and...
When are they talking about after this incident? This is making me really mad.
They saw no obvious signs to make a living and work. Someone else was so concerned that they said they were concerned for the child's safety. Now, Sunny Isles Beach police, they examined...
Oh, so this was previously. Okay, hold on. Let me just... I'm sorry, guys. I missed the beginning of this. I just want to hear it.
Tonight, and so many people have seen this video. About 3 hours after the alleged abuse, Sunny Isles Beach police were actually called to the suspect's condo. And I want to read this here. The suspect said that she had been going through various emotions over the past few weeks. It's been hard for her to make a living and work. Someone else was so concerned that they said they were concerned for the child's safety. Now, Sunny Isles Beach police, they examined the child, we are told.
They said 3 hours after, right? Hold on. I just want to make sure they didn't say before, because how didn't they find marks on him when they came out that time? Am I missing something? Hold on, one more time.
The alleged abuse, Sunny Isles Beach police were actually called to the suspect's condo. And I want to read this here. After the alleged About 3 hours after the alleged abuse, Sunny Isles Beach police were actually called to the suspect's condo. And I want to read this here. The suspect said that she had been going through various emotions over the past few weeks. It's been hard for her to make a living and work. Someone else was so concerned that they said they were concerned for the child's safety. Now, Sunny Isles Beach police, they examined the child, we are told. They saw no obvious signs of trauma. So what happened? They called the Department of Children and Families. According to this report, DCF was contacted and stated there was not enough to send someone out. So many details in this new report. In the meantime, so many people reacting to this video. We could feel this child's pain, wanting to do something, anything, to help him. It is this video that is still sending shockwaves throughout South Florida. Police say Yulia Scorza, literally 2-year-old
She could have
son,
broke his neck.
in charge with
She could have
child
killed him
abuse.
so
And the
easily.
night she was released from jail on bond.
Yeah, I feel so sorry. I wouldn't do this anymore.
Thursday morning, police say they have been flooded with calls of people who saw this video and want to help this child.
Just, people calling and just
Wait,
generally.
I missed that last kick in the head. That's what you guys were talking about? Dude, she just kicked him right in the freaking head. Hold on a second. But I still want to talk to you about what that guy said, because that doesn't make sense to me. Am I missing something? But hold on, let me just see. Did she kick him in the head at the end? Dang it, dude. This girl is dangerous.
I wouldn't do this anymore.
Thursday morning, police say they have been flooded with calls of people who saw this video and want to help this child.
Just, people calling and just generally from the bottom of their hearts, just asking, wanting to know how he's doing.
Kicked him in the gosh darn head.
And just offering to take him in.
Also on Thursday, we speak with shocked residents who saw the video, who live in the suspect's building.
I saw that video online and I was like, first of all, it's absolutely horrific. But second of all, I recognize the inside of the building.
Police say the child is still in the custody of the Department of Children and Families.
At this point, it's no longer in our hands as a police department, is now with the Department of Children and Family Services, wherever he will be and will be placed.
Veteran police officers who saw the video telling Local 10 that the cruelty displayed brought tears to their eyes. People now just want to help, but there is a process. In the meantime, Yulia can't have contact with her son, who she said in court she loves.
I cannot live without him.
Okay, what my thing is, what I'm getting confused here is, when did they actually come and then arrest her? Because if they came 3 hours after, saw no marks on him, which I don't know how he didn't have marks with all that abuse, then when did they come back and arrest her? When did they realize he was being abused? Because is he like making a mistake what he's reading? Because he says 3 hours after they come, they see nothing, no trauma. They don't do anything, basically. Then what makes them come back? You guys see what I'm saying? What makes him come back and find that video or whatever? Then do the neighbors like call and be like, hey, this video you have to see, and then they come back? Is that maybe how it happens? I just don't understand how he couldn't have some kind of trauma when they 3 hours after that kind of abuse. Wow. Anyway. I know, I was going to say that, Derpstein. I was like, wait a minute. He looked like he was listening. She goes, come here, and he started coming. I was like, where was he listening? And yeah, maybe kids don't listen sometimes, so maybe like prior he wasn't listening for a minute, but in the moment where you beat the crap out of him, he actually was listening. Like, he was coming. Plus, kids are kids. Like, what do you, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, but Morningstar, you heard him. He said 3 hours after the incident, the cops got called. They came, didn't find any trauma. Called, what did he say? Called DCFS. They basically didn't make any, right? Nothing was done. That report, that's why I'm confused. Because then when does it come to the point where they see the video then? Or are they saying, like, they arrested her, but they didn't see any trauma? I'm just, something's not making sense. Unless if they were called back after. That's why I wanted to listen to that like a bunch of times to make sure, am I hearing this right? So maybe they were just saying there's no trauma, but yet they saw the video and still arrested her because of they saw, or they didn't see it yet, didn't find anything, made a mistake by like not doing anything, and then maybe somebody else, then maybe they called him back and was like, no, look at this video. Okay, so when did they come back then, Morningstar? When did they come back and finally arrest her is what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? Because she did end up getting arrested. So if nothing was done, then when did they actually come back? That's where I'm just trying to figure out. But obviously they did because she was arrested. But oh, okay, that's what I was wondering. Okay, so that's what I was wondering. But then people kept the comments. It was confusing me because I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, all right, now it makes sense. Kind of. I mean, it makes sense, but it still doesn't. The fact that they freaking just like that he didn't have any signs of trauma. It's like, what the heck are they looking for then? Because if that ain't trauma, then these kids are gonna die before you call something trauma. They have to be like dead. Because that kid could have easily been dead. Kicking him in the face, taking him by the side of his head, like his neck, like this, and like going like that. He could have freaking broke his freaking neck, and then she kicks him in the head right after that. I'm sorry. Oh, thanks, Soul. All right, so I think there's one more video. Let's see if there's any new stuff, because we did learn a little bit of new stuff in that one. Oh wait, this one's not over. Hold on, let's see.
She also says, according to this new report, that it was hard for her to make a living taking care of the child. We just got this from a law enforcement source here in Sunny Isles Beach. They tell me this is a tragedy. We did everything we could do. We responded. There were no obvious signs of trauma, and we contacted the Department of Children and Families. Much more for you on this story as it becomes available. For now, we are live in Sunny Isles Beach. I'm Rosh Schlo.
It's another reason why it's such a thing, because that they freaking just didn't see it, went home, didn't, no trauma, and they missed a very serious, could have been, I mean, if that neighbor didn't call back and have that video and they weren't persistent, like, this could have ended in a death, because next time he might not have made it out, That woman is psycho with her freaking, you're right. Who said her freaking fake ugly face? Sorry, I don't like to make fun of people's physical appearance, but people like that, I don't even feel bad. Like, you're going to go spend money on looking like that, and that's all you care about? Like, you can't even care about your own kid?
I still cannot bring myself to watch that video, Rosh. So much love to that little boy. Thank you.
Wolfpack! Yay! I was looking for you earlier, because I was going to say we could talk a little bit about Adnan if you want, too, because it's going to be, like, open. I'll do this for maybe, like, another half hour or something, and then I want to head over to Rumble so we could just like watch fun videos and not worry. Maybe watch some of those cute dog videos, but I wouldn't mind. Do you want to discuss Adnan at all, or any other cases too, guys? Is there any other like cases that are interesting that we could get into? Okay, I have one more of these videos for this case. Let's see.
CBS News Miami.
Do you love your son? I love him. I love my son.
Okay, I'll probably get...
Now at 11, a mother facing disturbing child abuse charges out of jail tonight. She's accused of beating her 3-year-old in the middle of an apartment complex hallway. That crime was caught on a neighbor's Ring doorbell camera.
CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner joins us now with the serious charges the mother is facing and what she had to say after she bonded out of jail.
The judge ordered Strozek not to contact her son. So when she walked out of jail tonight, she said she was sorry and she wanted her child back. She broke down in tears. We are not showing the full video of what she did on camera because the video is too disturbing. Police described it as horrifying.
Yes, I wanna get him back. I'm sorry. Do you love your son, Thomas? I love him. I love my son.
A police report says Yulia Strozek was angry Tuesday because her son kept insisting he wanted to go to a playground. Sunny Isles Beach police say her response was violent.
We have one video where she basically pushes this child, throws a child down to the ground, and basically violently kicks this child.
Police say the 29-year-old also grabbed her son by the face, pushed him to the ground, and repeatedly kicked him while he was down.
This is something that anyone, regardless whether you're a parent or not, is pure disgust. For a human being, let alone someone's mother, this little boy's mother, to do this to an innocent child that cannot defend themselves, I find it just simply despicable.
Court, through a Russian translator, Strozek told a judge that she and her son came to South Florida a year ago to escape the war in Ukraine. Strozek says she had never assaulted her son before.
I am very sorry. I'm a single mom, and it was the only one incident where I let my emotions took better of me.
As she was leaving jail, she cried and hopped into a black SUV. Police are thanking the neighbor that caught everything on camera and reported it. They said it's the perfect example of see something, say something, because they say the officers don't know what may have been going on behind closed doors. In Miami-Dade County, Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.
Okay. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with that. You know, another case that I have not heard anything on, which I'm wondering if it's just been declared like a overdose or something, is the Hannah, I was going to say Hannah Rachel Collins, but is that the other one? There's two of them that had similar names. The one that was found wrapped in plastic, which one was she? Remember there was two that were missing around the same time and they both had the same name. Dang it. I was thinking Hannah Rachel Collins, and then I'm like doubting. I'm like, is that the other one? I don't want to say the wrong name. Dang it. But remember, so she was found in that one, they said like Hispanic guy's house in California, wrapped in plastic. And then we watched her on Soft White Underbelly. I've been trying to like see, I haven't looked at it in like maybe a week, but I like periodically would look up her name to see if there was any news, and nothing. But I did get contacted by a couple of her friends, and I never did do another video on her. You know, there was some people that were calling me a liar, and that wasn't her on Soft White Underbelly, but I found a ton more pictures of her, which showed the same tattoos as we saw. I matched up all the tattoos. I never even did another video to prove them wrong, the people trying to say I'm like full of it. But it matched up all the tattoos that you saw on Soft White Underbelly. It's her. I found a ton of more pictures. But anyway, also was contacted by a couple of her friends, and they both said, yep, that's her. One friend said basically that I'll kind of give you, I won't read it word for word, but I'll kind of summarize it. Hold on, let me bring up the email because it's kind of interesting. Yeah, Hannah Rachel Collins. Because remember, the other one was Rachel Morin. Rachel Morin was the other one. Whatever happened to her? I mean, what did they ever find out? That guy, remember the Hispanic guy that they had the video? I don't even think we've heard anything about her case. Let me look it up, guys. Hold on, let me do But I know it was weird to see her on Soft White Underbelly because she looks so different, doesn't sound the way you would think. So I know it was hard for people to believe. But 100% it's her, 100%, no doubt, it's been confirmed. Tattoos all match up. Friend said it was her. So anybody that doubted me, you're wrong. You're wrong. It was her. Okay, so let me see what her friend said. I could find it. I hope I didn't delete it. Because they basically were saying how, you know, basically they all confirmed that was her. But the one said basically like that she had like a cushy, not a cushy life. How did they word it? Basically, she had a really good upbringing, basically. Well, with her mother, like her mom, you know, she had a good life with her mom. Her dad her dad was, and I don't know if he was currently in jail, but he got into some trouble, like legally with some stuff. But she went to a good school, and so like a lot of the stuff she said on Soft Boy Underbelly, well, I don't want to say a lot. Some of it was true. She does have a son. Her mom basically was raising her son for her, so that was true. I'm trying to find. So I have one person says, hey, so that is Hannah in the video. I saw her about a month before she died. This is one of her friends. We actually went to rehab together too, about 4 years ago. Sober Hannah was amazing. She was incredibly funny and could sing and was just her own vibe. She was loved by a lot of people here in Jackson, Mississippi. A lot of people. She does have a son, though, who lives with her mom, which I actually already verified that before her friend reached out, because I found like a bunch of pictures. So like going through Facebook, going through her mom's Facebook, you could find a bunch of pictures. We'll look through them. I'll see where, I forget what file, but you can find like a bunch of pictures of Hannah with having the baby in the hospital, pregnant, and then her mom with her son, which I think looks like her, which is so sad because now her son, he's young, so yeah, so I had already seen all that before her friend reached out, so I knew that she was telling the truth about her son. Anyway, so she said, this friend of hers says, the last time I saw her, a mutual friend of ours actually paid to bring her home, and she stayed with him at his hotel room for a while, but she was using meth and whatnot, and things went south real quick. And I thought she had to go back because she had to get another food stamp card because our friend lost her wallet and hers lost her wallet with hers in it. At least that's why she said she had to go back. So remember, she ended up dying in California. I can almost guarantee she overdosed and the guy panicked. So this is just this girl's opinion. She thinks that she overdosed and the guy panicked. But another friend, now listen to this. This is interesting, actually. She says, but another friend, after I told him what happened, said he had spoken with Hannah a week before she died, saying that if she didn't come home, the Hispanic guy was going to end up killing her. So I don't know if she was involved with this guy or what, but basically, yes, it's Hannah. She comes from a nice family in Madison, Mississippi. She grew up super bougie. That's where I got bougie, is what she said. She grew up super bougie, had all the preppy, rich friends. I'm pretty sure she was an only child too, so pray for her family and her son. And from going through her mom's Facebook pictures, because her mom shares like a ton of pictures. She's very active on Facebook. It does look like she's the only child. At least you don't see any other pictures like of her mom with another kid. So that's one. And then there was actually another friend that reached out to me. Hold on. I think the other friend was actually a high school friend. Yeah, so another one said, hey, I saw your most recent video and I wanted to share some photos from your YouTube channel. Hannah was so for your YouTube channel, you meant. Hannah was a close friend for a long time. We also went to school and hung out daily until she started getting bad off. And then she's talking about that Soft Boy Underbelly video because she says she lies about her parents and upbringing. What is also sad is she left a baby boy behind. Here are some pics from when we hung out. So there's more pics after I already found a ton from her mom. And then I think I had one more that reached out. I think I had already shared that one because it was before I did the live on her. So that's kind of an update. I'll see if I can find the pictures real quick. You guys remember who I'm talking about, right? She was 26, I think. So I'm talking about, okay, so her name was Hannah Rachel Collins. It came out, and they came out basically that a body was found wrapped in plastic in a home where a Hispanic, I think he's in his 20s, guy lived with his parents, right? He was nowhere to be found. The guy was gone. Supposedly the mom smelled a gasoline smell, like a gas smell, went into his room, his bedroom. He wasn't there, but found a woman wrapped in plastic, which turned out to be Hannah. Okay, so I don't know if they ever found him. There was never an update to say, hey, we found the guy, we found the son they knew who it was because it was the parents that lived there. It was their son. So, but he was nowhere to be found. He was gone. So, like I said, I don't know if they ended up finding him, what he said. Is he arrested? You know, I think they're waiting to see the autopsy. What was the cause of death? Never. They never freaking gave us an update on it. Let me actually just type in her name and see. Like I said, I think the last time I did it, maybe it was like 2 weeks ago. So maybe, let's see, maybe there is an update. But the thing is since there is an update, it makes me think maybe it was an overdose. Because if it was a murder, you think we would have heard like, hey, we found the guy, or wanted for murder, or charged with murder, or, because obviously they know who the guy is. So if they find out it was murder, they're going to know, he's going to be the number one suspect, right? So here's the, here, I'll share the articles when it happened, then I'll show you a couple pictures that I found after the fact of her and her kid and stuff, and then we'll maybe talk about Adnan or whatever. But I was hoping that we would get an update on this because, you know, what the heck? What happened? You know? Nothing. All right, I'll share this in case maybe it'll bring up some, you guys will remember, those of you. I don't know if, I can't remember who was the people in chat when we were talking about it. Maybe you guys weren't following this case, but this was like, so these were the pictures that they originally shared, you know, like these type of pictures of her. And then I'll show you the little, a part of the interview with Soft White Underbelly, if I still have it. Dude, I don't think I have it because it was, you had to pay, you had to do the paid app. And I only paid for a month. I didn't renew it. I guess I could pay it again. I don't know if you guys are interested. I could actually probably play it from my other live. I don't think I screen recorded it. But anyway, so it says, oh yeah, so photos have emerged of the woman whose body was found wrapped in plastic in a man's room by his worried mother, who was checking out a gas smell at her South Los Angeles home. The victim, identified by authorities as Hannah Rachel Collins, had only moved to Los Angeles from Mississippi in June. A heartbroken relative told the Post. Collins, who would call to check in with her family like clockwork each week, last spoke to relatives on August 7th, days after celebrating her 30th birthday. Their 30th, sorry, I said 26th. The suspect in Collins' killing has been described as a 20, that's where I was getting 26-year-old because of the guy. Okay. 26-year-old Hispanic man, but the Los Angeles Police Department has not revealed any further details, and he remained at large as of Wednesday afternoon. And remind you, this was the latest, and nothing has been updated. So, did they find the guy? What the heck happened? Anyway, the disturbing incident began to unravel around 1:15 a.m. Sunday when the suspect's mother entered his bedroom after noticing a gas smell. So here's some pictures of her. But, like I said, there was another friend that reached out. But I had already shared that in the live. It was before I did a live about her that I told you about him reaching out. Because he told me that these pictures are actually like 10 years old. The pictures that they were sharing, you know, of her from this incident were like over 10 years old. He's like, those aren't even recent pictures of her. Which you'll see, because you'll see the Soft White Underbelly was about a year before she died is when she did that interview. So that was more what she looked like. So yeah, these are like 10 years old. Like when she was in her 20s. So it says, it's unclear how long Collins had been in his bedroom or how she knew the suspect. A family member of Collins confirmed to the Post she had been found inside the South LA home. A friend who did not want to be identified told the Post that the pretty blonde was fun, kind, and loved music and dancing, but ultimately drugs took hold of her. The friend said Collins came from a wonderful family who tried their best to help her, but they drifted apart when Collins started to pursue a party lifestyle. I don't like to hang out with people who do drugs or who are intoxicated while they are driving or stealing things, the friend said. I'm in shock because what I want to associate with Hannah is the happier and healthier memories I have of her. She probably sought that lifestyle with drugs, but you never imagined the end would be so cold and cruel. And it says the LAPD has launched a homicide investigation, but officials remain tight-lipped about it when asked by the Post. Says Collins' Facebook profile shows she was from Richland, Mississippi, and also lived in Jackson. She posted it in 2015, and she had gotten engaged, but the Post didn't say to whom. She studied radiology at Holmes Community College and worked at Smoothie King's store. So, did they ever do an update on Rachel Morin though? So maybe they're still investigating this, because Rachel Morin was definitely a homicide, right? And if they still didn't do any updates on that, maybe there was some foul play with Hannah Rachel Collins. Well, at least okay, so we do know, as far as Rachel, they did rule it as a homicide, but they just didn't. They're looking for that guy in the video. Remember the video of the break-in or whatever? So maybe they just didn't update that one because they don't know anything. I don't know. Do you guys, let me type in her name and see if they did, and then I'll share a couple other pictures. Rachel Morin, let's see. Oh, 23. Oh, no. I was going to say, wait, is there an update? Because 23 hours ago it says Rachel Morin investigation. Hartford begins installing security system on trail where body was found. Letter sent to Los Angeles. Wait, what? What's this? Letter sent to Los Angeles high schools in hopes of identifying killer. Wait, what is this all about? When was this? I don't even know what that's... Huh, let's see. Months after Rachel Morin went missing and was found dead along the Ma and Pa Trail in Hartford County. So this is somebody else. I'm sorry, I don't mean to confuse you. So Rachel Morin was found dead like, what, a week before, or really close to right before we heard about Hannah Rachel Collins. And the reason why we kind of link them together is because this video right here, this break-in was in Los Angeles, okay? And they think that guy that's in this video is the one responsible for Rachel's death. So when we heard Hannah Rachel Collins' body was found in a 26-year-old Hispanic male's house, we were like, wait, in Los Angeles, we're like, wait, is this the same guy? Like, could this be the same guy that we're looking for? Because they described him as, I think, 26, or like in his 20s, Hispanic guy, right? So we all were like wondering, it was so close together too. We're like, wait, could this be the same freaking guy that killed both of them? Which I don't think it's going to turn out that way, because we found out little things as we were looking into that it doesn't appear that that's what it is. But so yeah, it was just around like close to the same time. Let's see, what does this say? Oh, hold on. Let me share this a different way so we could watch this. Hold on one second. Let's watch this video. It talks about the letters. So there is a little bit of an update. Hold on. Something about high school letters and... Give me 1 minute. Huh. So wait, letters. Yeah. Let's see, this should play the audio. Let me know if you guys could hear this. I hope.
Months after she went missing and was later found dead along the Ma and Pa Trail, the family of Rachel Morin is not giving up hope that they'll get justice.
Oh, bye,
Still
Brian.
trying to bring in tips that will lead.
Oh, you gotta leave, Brian. Bye. Sorry I didn't get in chat that much, because I'm planning on really like engaging in chat when we go over to Rumble for sure. Will you be available later at Rumble? Hey, Matt. What is that? Who keeps walking? No, here. I'm gonna write that down, Matt. I wrote down Valerie Tyndall. So I don't know who said Val. It might have been you, Brian, that recommended that. And then I'll write that down because I am looking for some new cases. So Amy, after we go through this, I'll look it up, and then maybe in the future too, I'll try to do some research. So Amy, so are these new ones? Because I'm trying to find like current ones. I know a lot of the ones that people have been recommending are like really old ones, which is fine. We can look into older ones too, but I would like to actually find a current one too, with like in the past year to kind of look into. Okay. Hey, Thistle. I saw that, Matt. Memorial. They did a video of all the people that had died that he interviewed, and she was on there. You're right. But her main interview is only on his app. So you could get an app like on your iPhone. You could buy the Soft White Underbelly app, and then you could watch videos that were never uploaded onto YouTube. They have some oh my God, what's the name? Rebecca ones that aren't on the if you guys anybody that's a fan of Soft White Underbelly probably knows who Rebecca is. It's like a channel favorite. And they have a couple interviews with him that aren't on the YouTube but are on the app. So it was almost worth, buying it for some of the interviews that I didn't get to see. Okay, so let's listen to this here.
Lead to her killer. WJZ has been staying on top of this story for you since the mother of 5 was murdered along that popular walking trail in Harford County over the summer.
And Jessica Albert joins us now live with the new efforts Morin's family are now taking to bring her killer to justice. Jessica.
Rick and Vic, the Morin family is now sending flyers with the suspect's photos on them to high schools in the Los Angeles area because the suspect has been connected to a crime there that happened earlier this year. The family is hoping that someone that goes or works to those schools will recognize the suspect and turn him in.
A new tactic to try to bring Rachel Morin's killer to justice.
So we need to find the suspect who did this so that nobody else needs to experience this loss during the holidays.
Rachel's family, with the help of their attorney, are sending letters to 5 high schools in Los Angeles, where the suspect was caught on surveillance video leaving a home after committing another crime there earlier this year.
He was in high school, probably, if that's the case, he could have been in high school as early as 2 years ago and maybe somewhere, 8 to 10 years ago. So if there's a teacher there who taught him and saw him every single day during the school year, hopefully that teacher would recognize who he is.
Rachel was found murdered along the Ma and Pa Trail in Bel Air in August. Despite having video of the suspect and DNA, no arrests have been made yet. For months, Rachel's family has been taking matters into their own hands to help bring in leads. Earlier this month, they sent 10,000 flyers to homes near the crime scene in L.A.
Remember, the story really has not been covered in Los Angeles as well as it has been covered here in Baltimore and in Maryland itself. And so we're hopeful that because maybe someone out there hasn't seen these images yet, that we're going to reach somebody.
Rachel leaves behind her 5 kids.
And unfortunately, there's going to be a huge gap in these holiday celebrations this year, both Thanksgiving and Christmas. Because Rachel's not going to be here.
Matthew McMahon is the father of her eldest child. He tells WJZ her children are still grieving.
The children are making progress, but the main progress they need is to have this guy apprehended.
And the reward for information leading to an arrest in Rachel's murder now stands at $30,000. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Harford County Sheriff's Office. Reporting live tonight at 11 o'clock, Jessica Albert for WJZ.
Hey, Tia. Oh, I know Tia. I haven't seen you forever. So you're, how's the family doing? Hold on, let me get to my chat so I can see. Anything else? That's a good idea how they're writing letters to high schools. That's a really good idea. So hopefully something will come of it. They have the guy's DNA. So those of you guys aren't familiar. So the reason they have this guy's DNA, so this guy was basically not charged because they never caught him, but they called after a break-in and entering and an assault. They called the police. This guy was already gone by the time. This isn't some house in Los Angeles, right? So they got DNA from the breaking and entering and assault. They got DNA and they have the Ring doorbell or whatever, the surveillance of him leaving. The DNA hit from Rachel Morin's case. It hit in CODIS or whatever from him being like his DNA being in there from this charge, from the breaking and entering assault charge. So it made a match, but yet they don't know who it is. So they have the DNA, but they don't know who the guy is. Crazy, huh? So, but here's the thing. Whoever, you see that video of the guy leaving, he's talking to somebody. Somebody is letting him out. So somebody saw him face to face, head on. They know what this guy looks like. So that's why I'm a little bit confused on why that whoever was involved in that breaking and entering isn't more like aware of, more details. But they probably are. Maybe they are giving them. So I'm just surprised there's not like a sketch out by now. You know what I'm saying? That they're not working with a sketch artist to get a sketch of him. Do you know? Yeah, I saw that. That's a good idea. Okay. Yeah, they're very like, there's not really that much details about how that, whatever the assault and why that they just basically, I have a copy of the video. We could watch it a little bit in slow motion, but you'll see he's like carrying his clothes, his shoes, maybe. I haven't watched it in so long, but he doesn't have a shirt on. Somebody opens the door and lets him out. He's talking to somebody as they're letting him out. So I don't know how that happened. So breaking and entering, did somebody come in? Like, did the mom come in? He's assaulting maybe the girl or something. The mom comes in, is like, hey, get out. Or I don't know how it all happened really. But I know that they called the cops after and got his DNA, but they don't know his name. So, oh yeah. Okay. Here, let me give you here's the link if you want to come up. Chia. Yeah, because that's always confused me on what that assault. I know that they were being kind of like private about it, but so I don't know how much is known, but I mean, I'm sure she's helping, or they're helping, identify him in a way, right? Because they got a pretty good look at him, you would think. Somebody was standing face to face with him at that door. I want to see if I could find that while you're coming. If I could find that, I'm sure it's all over online, but I know I have like a copy of it where I could slow it down. Where did I put it? What would it be labeled under? Oh, probably Karen, or probably Rachel Morin. I might have actually transferred that to my other file. Hold on a second. Rachel. There it is, Rachel. Okay. Well, I have a lot of stuff in my files for her. Dang it, I didn't realize I had so many. Okay. Wow. Richard Tobin. Who's Richard Tobin? I forget. Oh, that's her boyfriend, right? We got the dispatch call. Okay. Picture of tunnel. Rachel. All right. Hold on. Okay, here it is. All right, hold on 1 second. Let me share my screen a different way since my stupid computer shucks. Did you get the link, Tia? You got it, right? I sent it. I put it in chat if you could get it. What up? Can you see me? Sorry, I didn't give you a warning. Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
It's so good to see you.
Yeah,
I haven't seen you in forever.
I know. So you've been working with the family. So wait, you're local. So you're from
Maryland.
Maryland. Yes. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So see this mess behind me? These are gifts for the kids. So we are
Okay,
working. We are working.
wait, what do you mean gifts for what kids?
Rachel's for her 5 kids.
Oh, dang. Okay.
We have a wish list. These are the ones that I've purchased, but we have a wish list that and I don't want to pressure you or your crowd, but we do have one for the children that the gifts go directly to the kids for Christmas. We're just trying to do something nice for the family. A year of firsts. So we're kind of adopting the kids and asking our friends if they'd be interested in just sharing the link. That's it.
Yeah, definitely.
No requirements of purchasing, but if you'd like to, she has 5 kids. Rachel Morin was 37 years old. She has 5 kids ranging from 18 to 7 years old.
Wow, I didn't realize it. Okay, 18 to 7 years old. Okay.
Yeah. So Thistle is actually the one who was messaging me going, hey, get over to Zav.
Okay, cool. Oh, isn't that crazy how things work out? I wasn't even planning. I didn't know what I was going to talk about today, but it just led to this. It was crazy how it all.
I'm really glad you're covering Rachel. I'm really, really glad. Her case needs attention. It is. We're coming up on 4 months. 4 months. And this monster is still out there. They do have his DNA. They do not have his name.
Wow.
There is no composite. I don't understand why. Clearly people saw him, but I don't understand what. I don't know. I can tell you that law enforcement, all different levels are working this case, and it's multi agencies. It was, if at your leisure, if you just want to go check out some videos for you to look at, feel free. You take our stuff, whatever you want, use it. You can see the trail. We went to the Walk of Light for her. I filmed at the trail. I was just at the trail last week with Matt, who's the oldest child's father. That's who was in that video that you just saw there, Matt McMahon.
Oh, okay.
He is the oldest child's father, and he has been instrumental in helping this investigation keep going. And he's taking care of kids, family members. He's taking care of law enforcement, everything.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. What about her current boyfriend when it happened? Wasn't she was with somebody at the time?
She was with someone. And well, first of all, let me state his name was Richard Tobin.
Okay.
And he and Rachel were in a relationship a lot longer than people think. It was reported that they were in a relationship for just a short period of time, but they were actually in a relationship for quite a few months. And Rachel was very much in love with him, and he with her. Now, what he did do when Rachel was, he's actually the one that reported Rachel missing. He was with her kids that evening, and he did report her missing.
Wait, do you want to send me the link before we talk anymore, so maybe people could get it as we're talking and then continue? I want to hear what you have to say too. But do you see that private chat? Like, unless if will let you share it. I don't know how YouTube is. Does it let you share links? I don't know.
No, but I'll put it in private chat for you.
I could share it. Yeah.
There's no please don't make. There's no pressure. I just
why I don't. Why wouldn't I? Seriously.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I've taken a lot of flack for this. We don't get anything out of it. We're not. This is not our thing. This is for the kids and the kids only.
I think that's awesome that you're doing.
I'm trying to find the link really quick for you. Hold on one sec.
Okay.
I got to go to my Facebook page because I don't know it off the top of my head. If my partner were here, she'd be able to tell you, spell it out. She's so good.
Aww.
Not me.
And you could even put your channel link in the private, and then I could share both of them.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Let me get this first. This is the most important thing. I'm not here to advertise us. I'm here to just talk about Rachel. I mean, I'll put our channel in there, but this truly, like, I'm not here to advertise us. I'm here to talk about Rachel. I could talk about her all damn day. She's amazing.
Aww.
Let me get this over here. Well, that's not it. This is. I'm not good at this YouTube stuff, going back and forth.
I know. I'm
sorry.
No,
I'm
it
not a
takes time. No,
pro.
you're fine. No, you're good. You are good.
And let me get. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Not too bad.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I've caught a few of your lives. I love you. I just you know I've been a fan since the Watts days, girl.
Yeah. Oh, I appreciate that. I feel like
of
hearing that
course.
now it means a lot. Did you see that Cheryl and Cato's putting out another book? Somebody just emailed me that. I'm like, well, another book? What the heck?
Because the first ones weren't good enough? I don't know. Yes, I did hear that. And sorry, my dog's making noise. I did hear that, and I was a little bit shocked.
I was too.
Is there more to talk about?
I don't know. It makes me tempted to see, but I mean, is there really any more? Is there just gonna be like opinions? I don't know.
The same thing over and over. I mean, I don't want, you know what? I shouldn't say that because that's probably a lawsuit in the waiting for me. I don't want to discourage anybody to buy her book. Buy her book by all means. I don't think you're going to learn anything new.
I read the summary of it. And it says something like how she was something about keeping some information from law enforcement that now she wants to share or something.
I sure hope that's not true.
Yeah, wait a minute. That she could be getting in trouble for that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I hope that's not true. Let me put him out. I'm getting tired. 4-pound dog creates a lot of havoc in one big house.
Cutie.
All right, I put stuff in the back chat for you.
Okay, cool.
One is Rachel's link, and the other one is just our channel. But like I said, that's not why I came. I came to help you with Rachel. So any questions you have, if I can answer, I will.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna put it in the chat, and then Stacy or Soul, my mod, said she'll share it a bunch for me. All right, so let's see if this worked. That was weird how it had me copy it. So let me make sure that does that look right? Hold on. Does that look right in YouTube?
Yeah, probably because I copied it off of Facebook. That's why it's the long one. But if someone can click on it and see if it works, it's probably the best way.
Yeah, I'm going over to my YouTube too to make sure. Let's see here. I'm always on my stream. Wait, why does it keep bringing up my Google? See, I'm just like oh Lord, it takes me. Like, why does it keep doing that? Okay, here we go. Oh wait, yeah, no, that came out really good. Okay, cool.
Did it come out? Okay, good. Good.
And yes, it's linking. Oh, that's nice. So the wish list, 18, okay. 18-year-old daughter, 13-year-old daughter, 11-year-old daughter, 10-year-old daughter, 7. Cool, okay. And then let me share the other one so then Stacy has it and then she could share it. Everything. So here is your channel link. Okay. So now, Soul, you got that? And what other mods are here? Petty. So just share those and kind of describe them as you're sharing them. Okay. So, oh yeah, the first one is, well, you could tell what the first one is, Stacy. You'll get it. Okay. So where did I stop you? I interrupted you. You were telling
Richard
me.
Tobin, the boyfriend. Okay. So they were together for a few months, and Rachel had hoped he was the one. And when this happened, he was one of the first to turn him, he was questioned, obviously, that night, 4 a.m, I think he got released. and they took his phone and they took his DNA, and he was eliminated early on.
Okay,
So
good.
I know that all of us in the true crime community are like, check the boyfriend first.
Yeah.
And he was local, you know, he was right up the street. So there was a lot of like, Richard did this. He did not. And he has tried to move on with his life. This was pretty devastating, not only losing the woman that you love and your girlfriend and you know, your future that you think, but then you're accused of doing the crime.
Yeah, that would be horrible.
He was having a rough go at it. And during that time, let me state that he was going through rehab. He had been 15 months sober. To my knowledge, he has remained that way. So knowing that, I got to give him props because
yeah, that would be, if he could, that would be a test right there.
Right.
Wow.
Right. So I just, to me,
I bet
that's
people use that against him. Oh, rehab and the whole thing. Because I do remember hearing that. But when they came out and cleared him, so people didn't back off after that? They still kept accusing him? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Unfortunately, yeah. It was very unfortunate. But yes, they did. And we all know how vicious Facebook groups and keyboard warriors can be. So it's really easy to sit behind here and accuse people. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot in this case. I've seen a lot of people trying to dox people in Facebook groups and saying, oh, this is the guy, we've caught him. And I'm like, no, it's not. He's 6'4" and this guy is 5'9". So, you know, the description of him, I think he is 5'8" or 5'8" and 160 pounds.
Okay.
So he's not huge, but he is built.
Yeah.
The other thing I can tell you is that thanks Thistle, is that this was horrifically violent. It was absolutely horrifically violent. And at this point, random.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. What if they're going to find, so there's probably no connection. It probably won't be, huh? Just like a total.
At this point, they can't seem to, well, I shouldn't say that because I'm not law enforcement and I don't really know. But from the information that I'm getting right now, there's no connection. And he was, I can't give away too much, but let's just say that he I think, in my opinion, he was lying in wait for a victim.
Okay.
And I think she came along and was the perfect.
Man. So you think he was just waiting at that park?
Yeah. Yeah. And you can't see. And at the time that we went out, right after, and at the time, you can't see. Those woods are thick. Now they're wide open. God, I want to get this guy so bad. You have no idea. Oh, God,
What do you think the chances? So do you think they're working on a composite sketch like from the witnesses?
Well, that I can't answer because that would be LA. So there's two different investigations going on, and that's what people need to keep in mind. This is the LA portion of the investigation. He's been connected through the DNA that was left in LA. His DNA was found on Rachel. And that's the only connection that we have. I think he knows that the camera is there, and I think that's why he backs out the way he does.
Oh, okay. Like this is, God, you could kind of see the side of his face.
I know.
Like, it's still tricky because it's like you might think you kind of could picture what he looks like, but he could look totally different than that.
I know. It's really frustrating. It's really, really frustrating because you're so close. You know?
Yeah, I know it is. It's like so close, but it's just the angle.
But just far enough that you can't accuse the wrong human.
Yeah.
But
he is like staring. I mean, whoever is right there has the best look at him.